students in grade 9, good morning and welcome to our seminar today in which we are going to talk about tenses. Let me first introduce and welcome our colleagues who are going to participate in this session. Ms. Rima Al-Hasaki, an English teacher from Damascus City. Good morning, Ms. Rima.
Good morning, Ms. Umayma. It's my pleasure to be with you today.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
And Ms. Rana Hamdan, an English teacher from Damascus City. Good morning, Ms. Rana.
Good morning. It's my honor to be with you, Ms. Umayma.
You are welcome. Thank you for joining
yes,
and
you.
participating.
Thank you very much.
You are welcome. Dear students, you know that today we are going to speak about tenses in your books. Well, in the tenses, you know that we have 3 important tenses. Would you please follow and call us if you have any question. The 3 important tenses, you know, they are the past, the present, and the future. Let's go to the laptop and to clarify these things and give you some useful information and give you some examples. If you have questions, please call. Well, in the laptop as shown here, to speak about the tenses, as I know, would you please, Ms. Rima, start the session and
yes,
tell us about it?
Okay, we have 4 kinds of tenses in general. First of all, simple present, present continuous or progressive, present perfect or present perfect continuous.
Yes, you are talking about the present.
Okay, let's start with the present simple.
Yes.
What does the present simple mean? We use it for repeated actions. Repeated actions means habitual actions. For example, she always arrives on time.
Yes.
Ali usually goes to the park. Another example, I often send an email to my friend.
Yes.
Yes, okay. Now we have also another examples. We play tennis most weekends. I sometimes paint pictures. Selma usually goes shopping on Fridays.
Yes, that's right. Thank you very much. You are giving us examples about the simple present. Well, we have started talking about the tenses.
Yes.
We said that we will start with the present.
Yes.
And we are going to speak about the 3 forms of the present. We start with the present simple.
Yes.
And to clarify the point about the present simple, what does it mean? Give examples about it, speak about its form, its usage, and you start with the example. Thank you very much. Yes, please, complete.
Yes, we notice here in these sentences, 3 sentences, we have most weekends, sometimes, and usually. Yes, now here we have adverbs of frequency like always, usually, sometimes, never, and often. These adverbs of frequency refer to habitual actions. This means that they refer to simple present.
Yes, that's right. They refer. So you say that we use the simple present for repeated actions.
Yes.
Until you clarify the point. We said most weekends. It means that we repeat the action. We play tennis most. We repeat the action most weekends.
Yes.
So we use the verb play, which is in the simple present.
Yes.
Yes, the laptop, please.
Yes, we have 3 verbs here, play, paint, and goes. These 3 verbs in bold refer to the first form of the present simple.
Yes, the first form, you mean. We have
Verb
3
1.
verbs, yes, as shown in the examples, play, paint, and goes.
Yes.
The verb is the first form, verb 1, you notice? So we have most weekends, sometimes, usually. We use these forms, these words. What do you mean by this? How do we clarify the point for our students that we use certain words, let's give them meanings, let's give them a name,
yes.
and to clarify that these words, if they are in the sentence, they refer to simple present,
yes,
to the simple form of the present.
Yes.
What are they, please?
Yes, these, we use them as an indicators in the present symbols. Like usually, often, yes, they are indicators.
Yes, they are the adverbs of frequency, you mean. These adverbs of frequency, like the usually, the often, the sometimes, always, yes, the never.
We also have every.
Yes, we have the every. Well, would you please clarify the point by more examples?
Yes, we have another usage.
Yes?
Yes, we use it for a routine or situation that we see as permanent.
Very nice. So the first use repeated
Repeated action
actions.
or
We use the
habitual
simple
actions.
present for repeated actions, and you clarify the point. Thank you for giving several examples or sentences. Now we use it for routine, as you said, or situation that we see as permanent. Let's clarify this word for our students. What do you mean by the word permanent?
Permanent means it doesn't change.
Yes?
Yes, it's a constant.
Yes?
Yes, for example, and it means routines like I get up at 6 o'clock, I wash my hands, I get dressed, I go to school at 8 o'clock. All of these examples are as routines.
Yes,
Daily
routine.
We do them every day.
Yes, the things that we do them every day.
Every
Routine
day.
for us, that I wake up in the morning, I wake up early in the morning. It's
Yes.
my routine that to wake up early in the morning. I wash my hands every step I do it in my life.
Yes.
I wash my hands,
Especially nowadays.
especially nowadays. Yes, thank you.
Okay, we have another examples about I work at a sports shop. It's a permanent job. This means that I still work.
Yes,
Now they live in a very nice flat. It's the same. This sentence is the same. It's a situation.
it's a situation that we see as permanent. That's right. Thank you. That we live in
Yes,
Damascus.
at the same place. So
same
it's
place.
not change every time. So we use live in simple present tense.
Thank you. Thank you. Yes, please.
Okay, we have the third usage for present simple. We use it for thoughts and feelings.
Yes.
Yes, we have many kinds of thoughts, like, for example, verbs, notice, forget, understand, okay? And also we have many kinds of feelings like hate, prefer, love, enjoy.
Thank you. So let me repeat the idea.
Okay.
We use the simple present for thoughts and feelings.
Feelings.
Thoughts, that means that we have verbs or words related to the thinking.
Yes.
We
Like
call
know,
them,
notice.
perception
Yes,
or
would you please
cognition.
repeat the verbs in order to clarify?
Yes.
Okay, like know, understand, realize, believe. All of these we consider them as verbs of thoughts.
So we use them in
In
form,
present simple tense.
simple present.
no.
Thank you.
And we have the verbs of feeling, as my colleague said, the feeling verbs like hate, love,
Love.
like, all of these verbs refer to the present simple tense.
Yes, we
and
use-
we use them with simple present tense.
That's right. Thank you very much. Would you please
Okay.
clarify the point with more examples?
Yes, we have examples. I think you're right. Faisal wants a new bike. Most children like ice cream. We notice here that think is a verb talks about thoughts.
Right.
Yes,
This verb think talks about it refers to thoughts.
Yes.
I think we use it in the simple present.
Present.
Yes, please.
and we have two verbs, wants and like, refer to feelings.
Yes.
Yes, and we know that these verbs refer to present simple.
They refer to present simple. That's right. Well, you are right. You talked about the usage of the simple present, and we have something else. Would you like to add?
Yes, we have another usage for present simple, which is we use it for states and facts.
For states and facts. This is very important idea,
Yes.
and let's clarify to our students the difference between the state and fact, okay? And later we will talk about the stative verb and the action verb to clarify the point how to use the simple present with certain verbs. Yes, please.
Yes, states means it's something permanent.
Permanent.
Which means it doesn't change.
Yes.
For example, I know Ahmed quite well. We live on a farm in the countryside.
Yes.
Yes, this verb here, I know Ahmed, doesn't change because we know him, for example, before.
Yes.
Yes, and we have about facts. Latakia lies on the Syrian coast.
It's a fact.
Yes,
Yes.
we have here a geographical information, and this is the geographical site, and this is doesn't it change every time, so it's permanent. And we have here the present simple tense when we are talking about geographical sites, we're talking about scientific facts. So in general facts, we use the present simple tense.
Thank you very much. So as we see that this is the fact which doesn't change. It's a fact. Sometimes scientific fact a scientific fact which doesn't change. So the verb is in the simple present
tense.
Yes, would you like to give
Okay,
examples?
like when we say that water boils at 100 degrees Celsius, water freezes at -0 degrees
So
Celsius.
the verbs boils, freezes, wood floats on water. Floats.
Yes, wood floats on water.
Yes, we have this here, the sentence on the laptop. Earth goes round the sun.
Yes.
Goes. We noted the verb goes is in the form, the simple present form.
Yes,
That's
as
right.
you said, we have two kinds of facts, general facts and scientific. For example, the sun rises in the east, and women live longer than men. This is
Is it a fact?
Yes,
Okay,
this
don't
is
be
fact,
afraid.
but in general, not scientific.
Yes.
Okay.
That's right. Thank you very much. Now you have clarified the usage of the simple present. I hope that our students know simple present for repeated actions, for facts, for routines. If you have questions, please ask.
Felix,
Now let's move to the form of the simple present.
Yes.
The form. Would you please?
Okay. The form of the present simple, it has the same form as the infinitive verb one.
Yes.
If the subject is a third person singular, like he, she, eat, we add s or es to the verb.
Yes.
For example, I like changes to he likes by using he. I go, she goes. I carry, she carries. I want here in this example to refer to the es. If the verb ends with the subletters like o, double s, x, or ch or sh, we add to the verb es.
Yes, right.
Not s, and the rest of the letters we add s. For example, here I go, the verb ends with o, and so we add es to the verb.
That's right. Thank you very much. So we use it. We know that we have in the sentence the subject, the verb, and the complement. To speak about the subject, if we have pronoun or a proper name or any subject.
Yes.
So we notice that with the third person singular, he, or what refers to the pronoun he or she or it, we add s to the verb. We add s to the verb when speaking about the simple present tense. Well, when we add s to the verb, we notice that sometimes we add s. We have some words we add s.
Yes.
Okay, I'm not to talk in details about adding s in the as and with the pronunciation of the s and z, because I want my students to know that this is the simple present and we add s to the verb.
Yes, for some verbs we add es, not all the verbs.
Yes, the verbs which end in, you
With
know,
some
the vowels.
letters.
Yes, for example, go. We have go, we add es. And sometimes we change the y, as we see here in the examples on the laptop.
Yes,
the verb
like
carry. The verb
It's
carry, we have. Yes, please.
Sorry. If the verb end with y and the last letter is a consonant, we change change y to I and add es to the
That's
verb.
right.
Yes.
As it's shown, the verb carry.
Okay.
So we change the y into I and add es.
I
That's
want to
right.
say something about this.
Yes.
Not all the verbs we delete y here and change to ies. We have some verbs that we don't delete y. For example, buy and say. If the
Nice.
verb ends with y before it's a vowel, for example, buy, say, we don't delete y. We only add es.
That's
The
right.
S.
Yes, that's right. I
Okay.
hope that it's clear for our students.
Yes.
Well, maybe we have a phone call. Do we have a phone call?
Okay.
Yes, we are ready to answer.
Okay.
Well, I can't hear. Sorry, would you please speak up? Yes, good morning.
How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. How are you?
Fine, thank you. I have a question in activity book.
Yes.
Exercise number 1.
Yes, go ahead. Exercise
want-
number 1.
Which page?
Which page?
Uh,
Exercise number 1 in the activity book.
65.
Page 65.
50 or 60?
60 or
50.
50?
50.
50, sorry,
56?
because,
Sorry.
yes, 55.
56.
Yes. I want the answer of this question, please.
Yes, would you please?
Exercise only the answer without explaining it?
Yeah.
Okay. Circle the correct answer. I've known or been knowing my best friend all my life. The answer is I've known.
Yes,
Number 2, my mother has taught or has been teaching me to play the piano, but I can't play very well yet. been teaching me. Okay. Number 3, I've already tidied or been tidying my room.
Yeah.
Tidied, the first.
Okay.
Number 4, I haven't visited or been visiting Europe yet. The first one, haven't visited. Number 5, hurry up. You've talked or been talking on the phone for an hour. The second, been talking. Okay?
Okay.
6, where have you been? I've waited or been waiting for you all morning. The second, been waiting for you, because there is all here in the sentence. The last one, number 7, Lubna, the boss has just arrived or been arriving. Okay, of course, has just arrived, because there is a just. When we have a just and already, we use only present perfect.
Simple.
Okay. Thank
Simple.
you.
Is it clear?
Yes. Thank you.
Okay.
Is it clear? Thank you very much for
Thank you.
explaining and answering the question.
Yes, thank
you
you for
noticed,
your
dear student, that this exercise we are going to talk about another kind of the present, which is the present perfect and present perfect continuous. Here, Ms. Rima answered the questions and did the exercise. If you have any question, please follow us, because we are going to talk about the perfect form and the perfect continuous.
Yes, later. Okay.
Okay, now let's go back to the talking about the present simple.
Okay.
Now we have talked about the form, the uses. Now what about if we are going to tell our students how to form the negative and the question?
Yes.
Yes, please.
In the present simple, we add auxiliary verbs like don't, and in negative and doesn't before the main verb. And in the question, we use do and does. Now here, we use do and don't in negatives and questions with the pronouns I, you, they, we.
That's right.
Yes, for example, we don't play tennis in winter. This is here the negative, don't play. Now in the question, do you play tennis? We
change between the subject and...
No, we don't change here. We put do at the beginning of the
auxiliary verb.
Yes, we put an auxiliary verb at the beginning of the sentence with the same order. We don't change it.
Yes, we don't change the sentence. We put the auxiliary
verb
at the beginning of the sentence, and don't forget the question mark at the end.
Yes, we don't. Okay. And about does, we use does and doesn't with the third person singular, he, she, it. And for example, he doesn't want any help. Here we use doesn't because he takes doesn't.
Yes.
And after doesn't, we put zero form. Here he don't take, he doesn't take, yes, s because doesn't takes 8.
Yes, you clarified that. We use the do and don'ts with all the pronouns, while we use with third person singular the does and doesn't. We use does and doesn't with the third person singular. If you want to make, before we complete, we have another phone call.
Yes. Okay.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, Dania.
My name is Dania Younes.
You are welcome.
I want to ask about what is the difference between past simple and the present perfect.
The difference between the past simple and the present perfect. Yes, you are welcome.
Okay.
Follow us and you have the answer.
Yes, past simple and present perfect. We know that both of these two tenses happened in the past. But in past simple, we mention the date. We care about the time of the verb. So, for example, I said I visited the museum last week.
Yes.
Here I mentioned the time. But in present perfect, I don't care about the time. It happens in the past, but I don't care what it happened. For example, I've swum in the Dead Sea, for example, or I've visited the museum before. Here I didn't mention the specific time, like what we do in the past like what we do in the past simple tense.
Thank you.
I think it's clear now.
Is it clear, dear? Yes.
Can I ask another question?
Of course you can.
About use of yet.
Yet.
Yes,
okay.
please.
Yet we use yet with the present perfect tense, and especially with the negative form and the question. For example, I said I haven't finished my project yet, or I haven't read the book yet. Or can I use it with the question when I say, have you tidied your bedroom yet?
Yes.
So here I use it and pay attention to this idea that we put yet at the end of the sentence. yet especially come at the end of the sentence and especially with the present perfect tense.
Yes.
Is it
Thank
clear?
you.
Is it clear, dear?
Thank you.
Shall I repeat it? You know the difference between the past simple and the present perfect? Well, follow us and we are going to talk about them today.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes. Yes, let's complete.
Yes.
We were speaking
This
about.
is the last about
Well,
about
before,
the question.
sorry,
no
before we
problem.
complete, we have another phone call. We are always ready to answer all the students
Okay.
and
Yes,
all
it's
the questions.
necessary, yes, to
Good
know.
morning.
Hello.
Oh, yes.
Good morning.
Okay.
Hello.
How are
Hello.
you doing?
I'm fine, thank you. You are Masa. How are you?
I'm great.
Yes, fine to hear that.
Okay, please,
Yes.
I want the answer for exercise page 38, exercise 5.
In the
38.
activity book. Activity book 38.
It's not clear the page. Which
Well, which page, please?
38.
page? 38.
I think that.
Which page? Would you please repeat? I can't hear.
38,
38.
About
yes.
who and
Which
which?
Exercise?
exercise
Yes.
5. Sorry, the sound
you
is
or
not
me?
clear.
Yes.
Yes.
Exercise.
38. Okay, number 5 about who
Five.
or which. We use who for people and which for things.
The relative
Things.
pronouns. Yes.
Relative
tense.
pronouns, yes.
Yes.
Okay, Titanic, which was made a few years ago, is one of my favorite films. We use here which because we talk about Titanic. Yes, Dina, who is a very good cook, made me a delicious cake. We use here who, you know, because Dina is a person. The Great Wall of China, number 3, which is 3,460 kilometers long, is the longest wall in the world. Number 4, I went to the dentist, who told me I should eat less sugar. Yes, is it clear? Number 5, the new restaurant, which was once a cinema, is very popular. Number 6, I'm afraid Dr. Tariq, who examined you last time, isn't here today.
Well, is it clear all the answers? You noticed, dear, that we were talking about the
Relative.
pronouns, the relative pronouns. We put who or which. Who
Yeah.
for people and which for things, okay? We put according to the meaning of the sentence. If you have a thing, you put which, you
Which.
use which, and if you have people, you use
We
who.
use who.
Is the exercise clear? Is it clear? All the answers, are they clear? Yes? Would you please answer yes or no? If you want to want us to clarify.
Page 40, exercise 2.
Exercise 2 on page.
Yeah, it's clear.
Which page?
Which page, please?
The sound isn't clear.
Yes, yes. Which
Slow.
page?
Page 40.
20.
Yes,
On page 20, exercise 3, as you said. Yes.
40.
yes, 40.
40. Okay.
Yes,
Exercise 2.
Yeah, exercise 2.
Okay.
about the
Ra-
future.
About the future, write P for a prediction or D for a decision.
Would you please,
Yeah,
Ms. Rana?
exercise 2.
Yes. Complete the sentences with the correct form
Wait,
of will or going to. Okay.
Let's, before doing the exercise, explain to our dear students, just brief explanation, because we are going, if we have
Okay,
time to
okay,
speak about it,
yes.
the difference between the
Between
will and going to
to
when we speak about the future,
the
please.
future. So, will and going to are, we use this form to express the future or to refer to the future. So, when we say will, we are talking about a prediction. But here, for example, we say, it will be hot tomorrow. It will be hot tomorrow, for example. And going to, we use it to talk about something that we have decided now at the moment of speaking, before that we're doing something. For example, I'm going to make a cup of tea now. So we have, I'm decide to do this, and I'm going to do this thing now. So in the first sentence, is it clear, Dania, the idea? When we talk about will, we maybe predict the future. And when we talk about going to, we are talking about decisions. Okay?
A plan to before.
Decision or plan.
That's okay.
So the first example is answered, the first sentence. I'm sure it won't rain, the sky looks clearer now. Here we have an evidence. So we put will. We saw once, sorry, in negative form. The sky looks clearer now, so I think it won't rain tomorrow.
Yes.
Amal is very good at science. I think be a famous doctor one day. So because Amal is a good at science, I think she will be a famous doctor one day. Here is a prediction. Now, what you do when you finish school? Here I think I ask about something important or a plan. What do you plan? So here I said, what are you going to do when you finish school? So here we are talking about decision. I've decided. It's important, and here the clear. So we have what we can say, the indicator here. Decided. Decided. Right. I've decided. We're talking about decision. I've decided. I'm going to study French next year as well as biology.
Well, thank you very much. We have now. I hope that everything is clear.
The last sentence. It's if we don't hurry up. Here we have a conditional sentence. So it's start with if, and so we'll. It's important to complete it with will. So if you don't hurry up, we won't get to school on time. Here we have between brackets not, so we have to make the sentence in negative form.
Thank you very much. Is it clear, dear? Thank you very much. Yes, we have another phone call.
Okay.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm good, thank you.
Yes, you have a question?
Yes,
go ahead.
Please. I want to know what is the difference between since and for.
Since and for, yes, you are welcome. Yes. Well, he wants to know the difference between since and for. We haven't spoken about the present perfect yet, but let's clarify the use.
Okay.
Yes, please.
We have since and form. They are very important in the present perfect.
Yes.
We use since for something specific or a point of time.
Yes.
For example, it could be o'clock or a day or a month or a year. For example, I have watched TV since 3 o'clock, or I have traveled since I was a child.
Yes.
I have traveled since Monday. But for we use it for a period of time, duration. For example, I have traveled for 2 years, 2 days, or this is a length of time. Or I have watched TV for 5 hours or 2 hours. Here we don't put the o'clock, only we mention the period of time or duration. This is the difference between them. This is a specific time according to since, but for duration or a period of time.
Is it clear, dear? Is it clear? The difference between since and for? We have duration, we have a specific time. Since, okay?
Yes, we will talk about it later.
Yes, I hope that we have time to talk about it.
Yes.
Well, I was searching the laptop to talk about the present perfect. As you know that all students always insist about talking about the perfect.
Yes,
and,
present continuous and perfect. We will explain it
in details.
Okay,
yes. Yes, let's go back to speaking about the present.
Thing about the present,
the form we were talking about the
negatives and the questions.
Yes.
Negatives, we said we use don't and doesn't. Don't takes I, you, we, they, and doesn't takes he, she, it.
That's right.
And after them we use zero form. And for questions we use do or does at the beginning of the sentence with the same form.
What do you mean by, let's clarify to our students that after them we use the zero form or verb 1.
Yes.
Would you please clarify it with an example?
Yes, for example, I play football every day. I don't play football every day. We put don't, before play. For he, for example, he goes to school. He doesn't go. Here we delete the S.
Yes.
Go because we put it to the doesn't.
That's right.
And here we talk. We are talking about doesn't. For example, he doesn't want any help. The question: what does he want?
Yes.
This is here want. We don't put S because there is doesn't in the sentence.
Thank you very much.
Okay, that's all about present simple.
Yes, thank you very much. So we talked about the present simple, its form, its uses, and we gave examples, the negative and the question. Now let's move now to the present continuous. Yes, please, Ms. Rana.
Yes, present continuous. First of all, we'll talk about the use of present continuous tense. as you know that we use it to talk about something that is in progress at the time of speaking. Like what are we doing now? We are discussing the present continuous tense now at the moment of speaking that we are doing now. When we talk about present continuous tense, we use it to talk about something that happens, that is happening now, at the moment of speaking.
We are talking. We are discussing. We
yes.
are
actions that are
things.
happening now or around now.
Yes.
Yes. So, as example, for we have these examples. Ali is enjoying his holiday in London. The first sentence here, we don't have any indicator to know which is a present continuous or a present simple tense. But here, as you know, here it's a holiday. So it's not a permanent verb or a permanent action we have to do. Here a temporary action. Ali is enjoying his holiday now. So in our mind, we'll think that it's a temporary thing or action, so we have to use the present continuous tense.
Yes.
Now, the second sentence, I'm making you a cup of tea, Mom. Here is a conversation, something that is happening now. I'm making you a cup of tea, Miss Umayma. I'm giving you a cup of water.
Thank you.
So,
Thank you.
it's a present continuous tense. Now, the third one, Alia and Tarek are studying at the moment. So here, at the moment, it's a clear evidence or a clear indicator about the present continuous tense.
That's right. Thank you very much.
This is the first use of present continuous, which is that when we talk about something that is in progress
Happening now.
having in progress at the time of speaking.
Yes. What about another usage for it?
Yes, we use it for something happening about this time, but not necessarily at the time of speaking. When we talk about length of time, like for example, he's studying at Damascus University this year. Here we have an indicator that this year. In this year, this is referred to a length of time or something that maybe happen in the future referred to now, this year. So I'm working at Sport Shop this month. It's the same sentence or the same indicator, which is this month, this year. Something happened now, but not
at the time of speaking. You mean.
Okay.
It's not necessarily the time of speaking, but it's about this time. This time, maybe this week, this year, this month.
Yes. Okay.
But it's happening now. We have a duration of the action now, but not the time of speaking.
Okay.
Other sentences?
Yes, another examples. For example, my student are studying English these days.
Very nice. Now, do we have other uses? Another use for the present continuous to talk about?
Okay, we have present continuous tense. We use it as future. Present continuous as future. We use it for near future. For example, I'm visiting my uncle this afternoon or this evening. So here we refer to present continuous as a future. Here we have the form of present continuous and the adverbs of time that refer to future. Like this in the afternoon or in July, we'll here refer to the near future. I'm visiting Ruba today in the afternoon. Here today it's near future. So my relatives from France are coming to visit us in July. So here another example of present continuous as future. The same meaning, the same form, which is present continuous, and the adverbs of time that refer to future.
Thank you. Let me have a phone call now, then we will continue speaking about the continuous. Good morning. Good morning.
Hello.
Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning. How are you, Maya?
I'm fine, thank you. Thank you for your seminar.
Thank you.
For
Thank
teachers.
you. Yes.
So I have a question on page 13 in activity book.
Yes.
About
Activity.
would and use it to.
About would and used to.
Okay.
Yes. Yes. Follow us, please. We will give you all everything you need. Only this question. Do you have another one?
Yes.
Yes.
Question number 3.
Okay. Yes, used to and would.
Well, my colleagues are going to answer you. Please follow.
I can't hear you.
Yes. Can't hear. Yes, please.
Yes, she's hearing. She's with us, I think.
Are you with us? Well, you can follow us
Yes.
live. Yes, she's hearing. Okay.
Yes, as you know, we use used and would. Here are modal verbs that we use them for to talk about something that we were accustomed to do in the past. First of all, we have to mention something that used to and would. We use these things in past.
Yes,
these two verbs in the past.
Is it clear, dear student?
But
is it
what's
clear,
the
dear?
difference between used
For
to
repeated
and
actions in the
Yes.
past.
past?
My colleague, Ms. Rana, is talking about used to and would. Things
Yes,
which
I
happen-
know about that, but I
Good.
have a topic here or idea that how to differentiate between them.
Okay, don't worry. I
know that
clarify
both-
them.
Okay.
Okay,
Maybe
okay.
verbs
Yes,
have
she's gone
both,
ahead.
was
Yes.
and
Okay.
used.
Okay, so the first verb used to, we use it with repeated action in the past and stative verbs. But would we use it only with dynamic verbs or action verbs, not states?
States, yes.
We use used to with dynamic actions and stative verbs, but would with action verbs only. This is the difference between used to and would.
Let's clarify.
Clarify with example, of course. For example, I said, I used to play football. I would play football. But I can't say
Okay, but if we have these sentences,
Okay, which one? I live. Here, the verb live is considered as a permanent sentence. A permanent verb, sorry.
Situation.
for
Situation.
example,
situation.
we play imaginary game.
Yes. Imagine, yes, we play. It's an action verb. It's a dynamic verb. So here we can use would.
action.
So here,
Here we
what
can use
do we
the.
use?
Here we
Would
can use the
or
second.
use it too?
Both of them.
Both
Yes,
of
we
them.
can use both of them. Would or used to.
Because we are talking about
dynamic
repeated
verb.
actions.
When talking about the dynamic verb or the action
So
verbs,
if we have these
Yes.
sentence in the exam, what should we use?
I think.
Would or use it too?
Yes, your question is clear. I think in exam, don't worry about these things. So I think they don't give you this
answers.
to answer
Only one.
together.
Only
For
one.
example, maybe they ask, they give you, I used to, I wouldn't, for example, I used to, I didn't used to. They didn't give the same one.
The example will be
Or
clear in the exam.
but please be careful to the verb that after them. If it's dynamic or stative, okay?
They don't put together.
It will be together if we have a verb, if we have a stative verb, okay? So here we have to use used to, okay? That's clear?
They don't put
When
Then
we don't
together
have-
when the verb is dynamic or action verb.
Yes.
yes. Well, I would like to add that the questions, don't be afraid, dear students, from the final exam, because the questions are very clear and there's
Don't put
nothing
them together.
confusing.
that
Nothing
is
is
clear,
confusing.
but maybe some sentences
No,
we have
don't.
an action verb and we use would.
Yes.
This
No
is about habits,
confusing.
maybe.
Yes. No
Yes,
confusing.
yes, we
only
have.
one
This is we have. This is idea. Okay, that's what you mentioned is clear. Is right. Okay. So when we talk about Abbas and I think Faten in the
Yes.
student book,
I
we have some
remember.
confusing sentences. So don't worry, my dear student. And I think the question will be easy, as Ms.
Yes,
Umayma
easy
said.
and clear.
Yes.
Nothing will be confusing for our
Confused.
students, okay? The students always are afraid, they are always afraid from the final exam.
Exam.
Can
Well,
I ask
here. Yes,
another
please.
question, please?
Yes, you are welcome.
Yes, you are welcome. Go ahead. We are ready to answer all your questions. Yes, please. Go
Thank
ahead.
you. We have in the ticket about Abbas.
Yes. Okay. In the student book.
And the student book on page.
The lesson is I remember.
There is a sentence that Abbas would be very happy when her patient get better.
Yes, I mentioned that now. I mentioned that now, my student. I said that some confusing sentence. We know that be verb to be is a stative verb. It's a stative verb. So it's a stative verb. But here sometimes we have these confusing
but-
ideas. But in exam, don't worry.
They
Okay.
use only one
Here.
verb which is correct.
Okay, I know what you mean. I understand what you meant.
Can we speak about that? This is a sense related to a past only when his patient gets better.
Yes, I think that's right. He's be patient. He would be happy. He would. Yes, sometimes we have this, but in exam, as I told you, I think the idea will be so clear.
Yes. Now, when talking about this word would, some students get confused by the using would.
Would, yes.
Well, they get confused. Well, it's a
You are welcome, my dear.
You are welcome. Well, using would, we have the conditional sentences, we have the future, we have this when they have
Many
they used
cases.
to, and but they have to bear in mind. Everybody know, we have to learn English now, and the exam will be very easy, clear.
Yes.
Okay, all the questions are clear. The students is not going to be confused by anything.
Yes, okay.
Well, let's continue. Is it
Okay.
clear?
Yes, yes.
I think
Adverbs?
it's clear, but I want to clarify an idea now. But to you, after, because we are talking about used to and would, we have after used to and would, we have to put the verb in infinitive form.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
That's right. Yes.
Now we'll go to the present
Complete.
continuous form.
Yes, the present continuous. We say that you
We
were
use-
talking about
yes,
it,
about
and
the
you said
usage of
use
it,
for
that
near future.
future,
to,
yes.
to indicate to
Something
future.
is
Yes.
happening now.
Yes.
Now we'll go to the form
Form.
of the present continuous tense. As you know, our sentence in English starts with the subject, verb, and object. But here we have another form with the present perfect. With the present continuous tense, which is verb to be and ing for main verb with ing.
Yes.
So we start our sentence with subject, verb to be according to the subject. For example, if I have I, it should followed by am. If I have you, we, they, it should followed by are. If we have she, he, it should followed by is.
Yes,
So
that's
and
right.
the ing form
So the verb to be
with the
and the ing form.
of the verb. For example, I'm playing football now. I'm discussing with Ms. Umayma now. We're replaying the phone calls now. So these are examples of present continuous tense.
Okay, thank you very
Now,
much. Well, we have
okay.
another phone call.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Good morning. Good morning. Yes, Riham. Good morning. We have Riham.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
Hello.
Hello. How are you? Fine. I hope that you are fine. You have a question?
I want to ask it about the future.
You want to
Okay.
ask about future? Yes, go ahead. You are welcome. What do you want about
As you
future?
mentioned before. Fatima.
Yes, will or going to?
Yes, we talked about it before.
Yes,
okay.
we talked about future that we have two forms,
And
the
we will
will
repeat
and
it.
the going to. We are going to repeat talking about it.
When I'm going to.
Well,
Well, I'm
Yes.
going
Will
to the
and
I
going
point of
think
future.
our student, as Dania, she's confusing about these two things. And will is as the same as going to. It's two forms that refer to future. So don't worry, we have either will or going to. So they don't give you the same form in the exam to choose between them. Maybe they say want and going to, for example, but they won't give the same form to they will be both of the answers
No.
are correct.
yes, of
I
course.
think that
Yes, of course. Everything will be,
be clear
and simple.
So, but I will explain the idea that we use will with the prediction and going to for plan or decisions.
Thank you very much. So, will for prediction, would you please give me an example in order to clarify it?
For example, in the future, the student will study on computers.
Yes.
Online, will study online.
So he may study
Yes.
or not.
This
It's
is a prediction.
It's a
not,
prediction.
it may be happen
not
or
sure
not.
about
Not happen.
Yes,
Not sure.
we are not sure. So, when, for example, I'm going to go home after this seminar, I'm decided
You have the
to do-
intention
have
that
a
you are
plan.
going home.
Yes.
You have to go.
Yes.
Well,
I'm
you are going home.
Yes,
after.
I'm going to go home after this seminar. So this is a decision or a plan that I have planned to do.
Your
And we will talk about
intention.
it in details after.
Yes, I hope that
Our-
we have time.
Okay.
Well, that's all. Is it clear, dear? We have another phone call.
Yes.
Another
Yes,
phone call.
okay.
Good morning. Good morning. We have Yusuf. Yes, Yusuf. Good morning. How are you, Yusuf? Good morning.
Hello.
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 Hello. How are you?
Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning, Yusuf. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Yes, you have a question? Do you have a question, Yusuf?
Exercise number 5.
Yes, exercise number 5. Which page?
Which book?
Page 14.
14.
Book,
Yes,
activity or
you are
student?
welcome. We are going to answer your question.
Activity.
Stay with us, please.
But
and
what,
follow.
yes, what exercise, please? Which exercise?
Would you please repeat?
Page 14.
Exercise number 4.
Okay, okay, yes.
You are welcome. Yes, Ms. Rana is going
Yes.
to answer your question.
Okay.
Follow, please.
Now,
2.
yes, okay, 2.
Mustn't or shouldn't.
Okay, number 2, don't be late. When we have this form, so we are talking about I must. So when we use must, we are talking about forbidden, something we don't have to do. So here, when we ask, when we tell the main sentence, they say don't be late because the bus won't wait for us. So here I say you mustn't be late. So
Yes.
here, because we have here don't, so we have to use you mustn't be late because the bus won't wait for you. Here not advised to use should. So the suitable or the right answer is mustn't.
Then you have to add should for advice.
For advice.
Should know. Would you please clarify the point because students, in order to explain to our students now and to all the
Yes.
students, the
Yes.
should, the must, okay? Yes, please.
Yes, if we want to talk about these modal verbs, which are have to, must, and should, have to, we use it to talk about obligatory things, something is which is
Necessary.
obligatory and necessary to do. And we say to our student that it's obligation from someone else who
Yes.
has an more authority or a higher authority than us. For example, I say I have to get up early because I have work every day. So here I have to do this thing, it's necessary. So when I have to do, for example, when I want to use must, it's to talk about something that it's a person, refer to a personal necessity from myself. I have an exam, so I must study hard. It's not obligation from someone else. I know my
Yes,
Yes,
understand.
what,
Now, because we are short of time, let's do the exercise in order to move to something else to talk about it. Yes, please, and thank you very much for clarifying.
Yes, and the last
difference
one
between,
we
yes, please.
said should for advice. For example, I see my friend is very tired. I say you should go to bed early. You shouldn't stay up at night
Yes.
late. For
Yes.
example,
Yes, you might like to add.
Yes,
Yes.
I want to add something about should, must, or yes, have to. That in the final exam, they don't put them together. They put two words, for example, negative and positive. Should or shouldn't, must or mustn't. Yes.
Yes.
For example, you should or shouldn't smoke because smoking is very bad for you. This is
Well,
the
you
student.
mustn't.
Yes,
You mustn't,
Of course,
and that's-
the
it's
answer
not
is
just an
mustn't.
advice.
Yes, and the student will choose between negative or positive here.
Yes, thank you very much. We have clarified things related
Yes.
to it. Is it
Okay.
clear, dear students? Yes. We have another phone call. Yes, good morning, Ahmed. Good morning, Ahmed.
Good morning.
Good morning, how are you?
I want to ask you an activity book.
Yes, go ahead. You are welcome.
On page 26.
On page 26, which exercise?
Exercise 3,
Exercise 3,
okay,
number 11.
number 11.
number 11. So here the exercise is about definite and indefinite articles, a, and the. So you can ask any of the locals questions. Here we have locals question. Here we have to put the before. We are here specified the people here.
Definite.
Definite. Okay. We aren't talking about general. We refer to the local people. So here we put the in this space.
Let's do the exercise, please.
Do
you want us to do the exercise?
only number
one. Okay. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Well, thank you very much. Is it clear, dear student?
Yes.
I hope.
Okay.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you for calling. Now,
and especially we have here off, and after off we put after some preposition, for example, at the bottom, at the end, in the middle, we put the definite article there.
Thank you very much.
Yes,
we have another phone call.
Yes.
Good morning.
Okay.
Good morning, Jude.
Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. And you?
I'm fine, thank you.
I have a question on page 65.
Yes, yes, go ahead. Page
65.
65.
It's number 3.
65
Yes, you
or
are with
56.
Activity or student?
Activity or student? Which
Number
book,
3.
Number 3. Activity
Number
or
4. The sentence number 4.
Okay.
Yes.
Please repeat again.
I really like this shirt. Do we change this shirt for that shirt here or no?
Would you please, we couldn't hear you. Which page and which exercise, please?
Page 65.
Okay.
Exercise number 3.
Exercise number 3. Activity or student book?
Activity.
Activity
Next
book.
week is the beginning of the summer holidays.
Yes,
I'm really excited.
No, number 4.
4. I really like this shirt, she told me.
Yes. Do we change this shirt into that shirt or no?
This here, this don't refer to the time. We change this when it refers to the time.
Yes.
So, for example, this afternoon, when I talk about this afternoon, I say that afternoon. When we have a reported speech, we have to say that. But here, this is a demonstrative pronouns, so it's stay as it.
It's
this.
we don't change it in this case. Is it clear? We don't change it in this case.
Yes.
Is it clear?
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Yes,
You're
you're
welcome.
welcome.
Thank you very much. Well, let's go back to explaining tenses, and we were talking about the present
Present
perfect.
perfect, we mentioned or the present perfect form, that subject, verb to be, verb ing. Now, in the future tense, in the present perfect, we have to talk about the negative form.
Yes.
When we want to talk about negative in present continuous, we have to use not after verbs to be, and that's all. And this is, I think, it's a very easy tense, the present continuous tense. So I say, I'm not playing football now. I'm not going to the market nowadays, for example. Or she isn't playing the piano this afternoon. They aren't studying well. They aren't studying well.
Well, that's right. Thank you. Would you
Now,
like
if
to
we want
ascertain?
to change it to question, we have to change between verbs to be and the subject. For example, is he playing tennis now? Yes, he is, or no, he isn't. We can answer one of these one of these two answers. And if I say, are they studying well? Yes, they are. No, they aren't. But be careful to this verb. For example, are you playing football? Here we use to the speaker. But when I want to ask to answer about myself, so I say yes, I am. So not I say yes, you are, or no, you aren't. Here we say, are you playing? We say yes, I am. Are you studying? Are you playing?
Yes, yes, Ms. Rana, thank you very much. Ms. Rana, what to add something to this point?
Yes, only about, the
Rima,
difference
sorry.
between present simple and the present continuous.
Yes.
Present simple is a permanent verb, but present continuous is a temporary work. I want to mention this only.
Thank you very
about
much.
them.
Thank
and
you.
in
It's
the
very-
exam, for the student to differentiate between them, there is an evidence. For example, I play or I'm playing football every week. The student will think I'm playing because I text but here we choose play. because this is habitual actions, because there is every.
Yes, because there is every. So you mean that in the sentence it's very clear we
Yes.
have an indicator.
Very, very clear.
Yes, to show that if
The
we are
difference
dealing with
between
that
them.
simple and the continuous. Well, thank you very much.
Yes, you're welcome.
Yes, you did very well. Thank you, dear colleagues, for sharing and joining. Time is over.
Yeah.
Yes, for now, I hope that we meet many times later.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Thank
Yes,
you
thank
very
you.
much.
Yes,
It's
thank
my
you.
honor and my pleasure to be with you, Miss Umayma.
Thank
we are
you.
very glad.
Yes,
Thank you
nice
very
to
much.
meet you.
Nice to meet
Yes,
you.
thank you very much.
Well, dear students and colleagues, thank you very much and see you later. Goodbye.